calm and collected. Are you sure do we need to do this today, Alpha? He just smiled and nodded. Fellow Toastmasters and I did this. That day was no regular day. That day was there. We have pushed our boundaries and we have done something inside to that extent that we have never imagined. The journey to the destination was something very imaginary. It's through the heart of Dubai, moving through the Sheikhside Road, surrounded by the skyscrapers and all the flashy speed cars that zip past us. I was observing all this glitzy, glamorous scenes, but inside I was so tense and nervous so that I couldn't enjoy all of these sceneries. I just felt like I'm so stuck and anxious in what is going to lay ahead, and I was ready. So I was making myself aware that something big is going to happen. And I was waiting for that too. When I reached the destination, a small unassuming aircraft was waiting for me. That moment, I realized that I'm literally going to jump out of a plane, which was making more nerves than ever I have experienced. I've seen a number of videos and countless stories, but all those stories never equipped me by standing at the edge of a flight and looking down and saying that I'm literally going to jump out of a plane. I was walking across the road, saying to myself, I'm going to do this. Appa, am I really going to do this? Appa just said, we are going to do this. Then again, walking across the road, I was saying, Swada, you need to do this. You have to do this because we have changed our flights, we have delayed our flights. Our airline tickets have booked. We have paid for the skydiving and the Dubai skydiving party, so that cost also met. And this is the typical example of processing fallacy. We need to do this. Then, finally, I made to that conclusion that with the help of all the mindfulness, all the things, breathing exercises, I have made my conclusion that I am going to do this too. With that decision, I entered into the skydiving Dubai office. The instructor welcomed us, giving all the instruction, a 15 minutes instruction, saying that these are the movements while you skydive, you need to jump out of the plane with this posture, and then we need to move around and some of the gestures that we need to do. Then, after all this, he came and tugged the harness, checking whether this left hand, right leg, everything was set and arranged very meticulously. And finally, it is the preparation for jumping out of the aircraft. The aircraft was ready, roaring, and ready for boarding all of this. We were 5 of us, along with our cameraman and the diving instructor. When we boarded the aircraft, we got the last instruction saying that when we will reach the 13,000 feet at the sky, when the red signal blinks, one by one, each of the person should stand at the edge of the aircraft and look down and jump out of the plane. Then all of us waiting, all this 5 waiting for us, sitting nearby, waiting for our turn. The first person, then when at the 13,000 feet, the first person was standing at the edge of the aircraft, looked at us and gave a thumbs up, and he literally jumped out of the plane. And second, it was my turn. I was checking and I was thinking, what exactly I'm going to do? I looked at Appa for the last time. I don't know whether we will meet again or not. I don't know. And each step towards the edge of the aircraft felt like thousands of years. I was too slow getting into the edge of the aircraft. I was looking down. Everything was so blurry. I looked again to Appa. Then finally to the posture of jumping. Took a deep breath, no more room for any confusion. Took a deep breath and finally jumped out of the plane. Oh my god, the free fall was complete, absolutely complete chaos. The wind was rushing into my ears. I was so tense and anxious, scared, and my heart was pumping and pounding as if it's gonna explode. And I lost the complete balance. I was roaming around, somewhere around, like the ringer roses that game. I was making myself round and round. Somehow I gained my balance. And at that moment, I felt like I had completely disconnected from the ground and even from the sky. There were no strings attached. I'm free flowing, flying like a bird. No more burdens. I was literally enjoying each and every moment, and the blurry scene transformed into small, clear visions. I could see the ocean, the mountain mirrors, the sky, the birds, the building. Everything was so surreal and so that I was enjoying it. When the parachute has deployed, I find myself that the earth or the ground is still waiting for me to catch me as my mother's lap. And when I slowly reached at the ground, pride, happiness, and everything was surged through me. I don't know what exactly I am feeling. I just sitting there enjoying what I had experienced, just analyzing, just into simple things. And from this learning, I have fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, from this learning, I have realized that life is not about taking big leaps and big steps. It's always taking small steps. Each actions and each decision that we take, sometimes the fear takes us back, but we need to move forward. Each of this decision and action shape our story. And I'm proud that today I am telling you my story of courage. And I hope, I remember, or I believe, I and all of you would remember this story as the scariest jump always leads to extraordinary places. Over to you,
Wonderful, Toastmaster Swada, for that edge of the seat experience. And I'm telling you again that applause is not enough for such a good speech. The next evaluator, for those who know the agenda would know, is a very simple person. She always comes with a smile, with a lot of blessing, right from her heart. Now, when I asked about goals, this person talked about a very simple goal which she has achieved. She is very humble when she says that though I didn't win, I achieved it. She wanted to be a participant at the district level. Now, this is the goal part from her side. But as a fellow contestant, I have something else to add. I know the pressure and the heat in the room when a group of contestants are sitting. But there is this one contestant who never ever fails to come near me, give a hug and tell, let both of us do our best. And for me, that's the spirit, that is the motivation that I would need at that moment before I step onto the stage. With a lot of love and respect, distinguished Toastmaster Jane Jose, our next evaluator.
My speaker is doing a project on understanding their communication style. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her own primary style. It should be a well-organized speech, and you should have a general idea about different communication styles, and plus you should be able to identify your own communication style. It can be humorous, informational, any style the member wants. So all the best to the speaker.
I would say that speaker 3 is the yin to the yang of speaker 2. He is a person who is deep in his thought process, brings up absolutely different thought-provoking ideas, and ensures that we've got something to listen to every time he comes onto the stage. A corporate professional turned business person, Toastmaster Rafat Bashir. Toastmaster Rafat, I am not the person that I thought I was. I am not the person that I thought I was. Toastmaster Rafat.
Tough competition day today, huh? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day, and dear guests. I have always had a problem with labels because they feel so restrictive. They suggest that I cannot change, that I need to stick to a predetermined road in life. I am a fitness freak. I am a Toastmaster. I am a husband. I am a reader. I am a video game. So, when I am all of these things, how can I describe my personality into one communication style? So, screw that. I am going to do it my way. I am going to tell you the story of how I became direct, supportive, analytical, and initiating all at the same time. When I introduce myself and my wife Swada, the script always goes like this. She is the fun guy and I am the serious guy. I am the guy who gets things done. But by a show of hands, let me ask all of you, how many of you think that you were a completely different person back in college? You guys are too young, that's one reason. So, in college, believe it or not, I was the funny guy. But I believe a transformation happened when I joined business a few years back. When people ask me what is the mindset you need to have to succeed in business, I always tell them, be decisive. Take decisions quickly. You cannot afford to feel seen as weak. You need to be confident and you need to be strong for your employees too. Then you can ask me another question. What if you go wrong? What if you take wrong decisions? By a show of hands, how many of you have taken bad decisions? See? Oh, so many perfect persons in that category too. Today is a bizarre day. So, I also have my share of bad decisions. The only difference is you have to trust yourself to take the right decisions 80% of the time. For the remaining 20%, you just need to take responsibility. And your employees will respect you for taking that call, for taking that risk, and for supporting them when things go wrong. This is an example of direct communication. This is how I use it. And the problem started when this direct communication started to bleed into my personal life. Again, by a show of hands, most of them are unmarried. I don't know how to ask this question though. How many of you have communicated frankly with your life partner or friend and things didn't go as you planned? Daily, second.
അങ്ങനെ എന്തോ കുഴപ്പമുണ്ട്.
So you have the answer with you. And the problem is, and this means you have to drive on the wrong road even when you know it's the wrong one with your partner. And I would like to add, when even this statement feels a bit pretentious to me, because unlike in real life or Google Maps, there is no right road in life. There is just the road you have been traveling on. There is no right or wrong. So I make my second point, supportive communication. I have come to realize that my partner doesn't always need a decision maker. She doesn't always need a decision maker. At times, she just needs someone to walk alongside her. Professionally too, I have done the same thing. When my manager makes a suggestion that I know in my gut is wrong, I still support it. Even though it costs me money, it does cost me money at times. But it makes sense for me to support that decision and instead of pointing it out immediately, let them come to know of their mistake. So, supporting communication in professional life. I have covered direct and supportive communication. Let's talk to the third point. That would be being analytical. Being analytical means being structured and task oriented. Again, by a show of hands. How many of you guys already the hand is up? How many of you guys have? I thought Sharif had to put his hand. How many of you guys have heard a story and then thought, how can this guy be so unfair or foolish? And then you get to know an important detail of the story later, and it completely changes your perspective of the situation. I have the honor and privilege to be in that same position 24/7. I work in service industry. So I get to hear multiple versions of the same story. The first is the version of the customer. The second, a mutual friend of the customer and mine. And third, my service team. So my job is to sift through the science and analyze the situation. The problem was, initially when I joined the business, I used to be supportive of my team and analytical with my customer. Big mistake. Customer doesn't want to know that when they are wrong. And so I started doing the exact opposite. I started being analytical and setting up systems for my team and then do the supporting role with my customer. Because the customer is spending so much of money for my service, and I support him emotionally and financially whenever I can. Finally, as Sajida ma'am pointed out, as Jasira ma'am pointed out today, I consider myself an introvert. I am not an extrovert by any measure of means. So, in my personal life, I used to be analytical. I wanted people to listen to my facts, my logic, my conclusion, and I wanted to convince them. But over time, I have come to realize that people don't care as much as about reasons as they will about your passion, your emotions. So as Ma'am pointed out, I have started becoming more of an initiating person. I do host social events. I do give strangers an opportunity to become a part of my life. So this is my story of how I changed from a direct and supportive style, direct and analytical style, to more initiating and supporting. And it turns out that I am no longer the person that I thought I was.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafat, for that detailed check on what your personality is using the project, understanding your communication style. If you feel he has done a good job, one big round of applause for him. Let me invite the timer to spell out how much time did each of the three speakers take today. Toastmaster Deepak.
Distinguished Toastmaster Safir Aziz took 4 minutes and 12 seconds for his speech and 10 minutes and 40 seconds for his question and answer session. Toastmaster Swada completed his speech well within 7 minutes and 30 seconds. And Toastmaster Arafat completed his speech in 10 minutes and 20 seconds.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for the meticulous record on the timing. Now, time to come back to the sheets that are with you. We were on a story where I had a trip to Thrissur and I had a hard pressed need to be back at Cochin at 4 p.m. in the evening, right? Now, as I started the journey, I said, I will not tell the Comets of IAM team that I am not going to be there, or I doubt myself to be being there, unless and until I self-doubt that I am going to be there or not. So I took a little interim check. I said, if I reach Thrissur by 12 o'clock, and if I exit my first pit stop by 12:30, then I am going to make it. I reached Thrissur at 12:03 and I left my first pit stop, which was my aunt, visiting her. She was ailing. It was her birthday, so I just wished her the birthday, and I left that place by 12:31. That gave me a little confidence that yes, I am going to be on time through the day. Now this, my friends, is a concept of lead and lag measures. If you have a big goal to achieve, don't wait till 3/4 of your time is over and then say that, oh, I should have done so much of things in the past. Keep clear checkpoints in between so that you know which direction you are steering your ship towards. So a lag measure is a measure that only happens after everything is completed, and knowing that a lag measure has not been good is not going to make any difference. So put lead measures in between interim checkpoints. So the Z time, right? Set months or set days time, break it, put lead and lag measures of milestones, which is there in the next part of the sheet. Go back to the goal 1 and 2 that you've written. What is that interim checkpoint that you will do? In my case, if I have to get into a 42 slim fit by the end of December 2024, I should not be standing in a 46 regular fit at this point in time, right? So I should have kept a goal so that at least I reduce half an inch of my size by 3 months time or by 2 months time. So now you have your clue, you have the goals in front of you. Take the next 1 minute to quickly write down what is going to be your lead and lag measures. Okay, so what was your question? Lag measure. Lag measure is your final end measure. Like for example, okay, let's take a different case altogether.
Final goal is what is called.
Yeah, correct. So I want to reduce the number of accidents on this road from 10 to 80. Sorry, from 80 to 10, right? Only if you clock 80 accidents, you will start measuring, which is your end measure, right? But if you look at the measure now and then you look at continuous improvement, you will have interim, you will do a modification of the road or you will put a signboard and then check if it is coming down. Got it? So the end measure is always your lag measure. By the time probably your bus has left. So if you have to reach there, what are your interim steps? Which are your lead measures or lead indicators? If I take a corporate example, I have an overall yearly attrition target of less than 10%. But in September, if I'm already at 7%, I get an indication that I'm grossly out of my this one, because it always follows a linear path. By the end of the year, if I start in that route, I might have already crossed 15% or 16%. I should have a quarterly target then, saying that I should arrest it to less than 2% in the first quarter. Only if that happens, the succeeding quarters will give me the results. Got it? Your hiring funnel, for example. If you start with 100 people and you end with 10 people and you have a need to have 20 positions filled, you should naturally start with 200 people. It will be foolish to assume that if I start with the same 100, I'll do some magic and make this 10 into 20, right? Now, if you're clear and if you've written down, let's move on to the next part. For the next part, before I call the next role player, I have to run a vote of thanks to somebody who was willing to take that role up in the absence of the original role holder. I had said last moment, there is a doubt that my table topics master may not turn up. Are you ready to do the role? The person who was sitting next to me said, yes, I can take the role. So first a round of applause to my dear friend Toastmaster Vipin. For the table topics master, I gave this question that I gave to many of you. What was your goal? And I got a very emotional message which has got a lot of depth. And with her permission, I'm going to read out that for you. After a 15-year break in my career, I successfully achieved a new role that has not only provided me with a sense of accomplishment, but also helped me regain my identity. The journey wasn't easy. This achievement has reminded me that no matter how long the break, with determination and the right mindset, you can always find your way back and create the new path forward. Now, all the goals can be theoretically right. It can still remain on pen and paper. But the right mindset and the right attitude will take you to places. I've got the perfect example as a table topics master here, Toastmaster Fatima Mohammed.
For a wonderful introduction. Good evening, all.
Good evening.
How are you all?
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Table topics is one of the most excited part of Toastmasters meeting. In this session, I will give some topics, and you have to give a small speech on that for 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. Today we are going to play the table topic session with a musical chair. Okay. Please move forward the non-role players or who want to participate in this game can come forward.
One more. Enough. Prepare.
The non
ഭയങ്കര തണുപ്പ്.
പാട്ട് വേണോ?
മ്യൂസിക്കൽ ഷെയർ പാട്ട് നോക്കട്ടെ.
പ്ലേ.
നോക്കട്ടെ.
സൗണ്ട് ഇല്ല. അത് ഞാൻ പാടിയാൽ മതി. പാടി അപ്പം പാടുകൂടി.
Okay, shall we start?
So Jazira gets to speak.
Yes. My first topic is
Come here.
if procrastination were a team sport, how would you train your team for success? If procrastination were a team sport, how would you train your team for success?
Procrastination is something which I always try to overcome. I myself try to overcome. Be it the procrastination, be it about my daily task or reducing my weight, exercise or whatever it is. I always procrastinate all these things, and I always try to overcome my procrastination. So if it is a team sport, I know very well how to curb this urge, curb the age to procrastinate. I will ask them to, first of all, I will ask them to, taking cue from our Toastmaster of the day, I will ask them to set a goal.
To procrastinate.
What they should be doing about that particular sport that they are going to play or the particular game that they are going to have. Set a goal and with time, smart goals, like he said, smart goals, which so it is. I feel that once you have decided to do something, it is definitely it is half done. Once the decision is set, it is very very important, and they will. I will give them to the task interim checking on taking you from today's Toastmaster Day session, interim checking on how they will be able to overcome that procrastination of the trait of procrastination, and finally I'm sure they will be able to get over that particular setback and will be able to come out as winners.
Give her a round of applause.
ഇല്ല റെക്കോർഡ് സ്വിച്ച് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. എന്റെ ലീഡിന് അങ്ങെത്തിയില്ലേ? ഓക്കെ. Six to 9 and 3 months. 6 out of 9. So which means every month you should attend 3 sessions. അപ്പം month 1 put a target of 3. Month 2 put a target of 3. എന്നാൽ മാത്രമേ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇന്ന് സ്ലിപ്പേജ് വന്നാലും ഇവിടുത്തെ ലാഗ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് 6 months, മീൻ 3 months ഇത് ഫുൾ തീരാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. മനസ്സിലായോ? Basically risk mitigation. No, complete the 2 episodes of first session, broadcast in 3 months. Again. പക്ഷേ ഇതിൽ വേറെ കാര്യങ്ങളാവാം. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിൻ്റെ സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാക്കാം, അതിനെ സ്പ്ലിറ്റ് ചെയ്തിടാം. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് 3 months ഇത് തീരണമെങ്കിൽ 15 days ഇതിൻ്റെ സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് വരണം. ഓർ നെക്സ്റ്റ് 10 days നിങ്ങൾ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നെക്സ്റ്റ് 5 days.
Someone celebrate achieving a team goal.
Team goal. Fellow Toastmasters, the most creative way of celebrating something. 5 years ago, after an event in Crown Plaza for one of my clients, it went on well, and I decided to give up having liquor. Giving up a bad habit for celebrating an event. Today marks 5 years and 6 months. Exactly. And I have never tasted liquor after that. When my kids, they think of their father, they never associate liquor with their father. When my wife thinks after 15 years, they will never associate liquor with her husband. I have never done loose talking in a business session because I don't drink. Whenever someone asks me, do you drink? I proudly say, I don't drink. One of the greatest feeling ever I had when someone asks, when did you stop it? I proudly share my story of giving up this bad habit 5 years ago. So for me, the most creative way of celebrating that particular event was with this habit of giving up liquor. I seriously think that was one of the greatest decisions ever I had taken, because it always gives you good health. Thank you.
ഒരു എപ്പിസോഡ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. അപ്പം ഞാൻ ഫൈനൽ ഗോളാണ്.
പറയാം
Some people.
Imagine your team's goal is to teach a cat to yoga. Cat to do yoga. How would you break that down into achievable steps?
എനിക്കിട്ട് തന്നെ പണിതല്ലോ. അതാ സ്റ്റെപ്പ് നമ്പർ 1 മ്യാവ്, സ്റ്റെപ്പ് നമ്പർ 2 മ്യാവ് മ്യാവ്.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, good evening. So I want to put it in the actionable steps.
Yeah.
So here is my 7-step strategy on how to teach cat yoga. Step number 1. Step number 1 is to give them tutorials. You know, lot of cat videos in YouTube. So I just searched up a cat YouTube tutorial like that will do yoga and just teach them. If it doesn't work, I will go to plan 2, second one, and that would be trying to bribe them with rewards, just like the rat. So I would tell them this is the rack, and you will get this rack if you try to get yoga. So what I will do is that I will try to teach rat yoga. So rat will do yoga. So CLPs can also do yoga because he want to get just into that level, right? So I don't think I have the point to my 7-step strategy. Also, I'm going to reduce to 4-step strategy. So the third one is to beat the hell out of cat. So this is the most easy and straightforward, direct approach how to teach cat yoga. If all this doesn't work, final approach is to plead. It's just to plead them, please do something. Just take their hands and just say, this is my last resort. This is my. I have family to feed, so please. Something. So that's how that's my 7-step strategy shortened into 4-step strategy. Thank you.
The cat. I think we can give one more.
ഞാൻ ചേരം പിടിക്കുള്ളൂ.
ഞാൻ അറിഞ്ഞില്ല. അയച്ചു ഓൾറെഡി അയച്ചു.
What is the most important factor for a team's success? Planning, communication, or motivation?
Thank you, Fatima, for a good topic. Okay, I think all three things: planning, motivation, and one more question.
Communication.
Yeah, okay, all are equally important, but I think planning stands one step ahead for a team success. Definitely, when we see a football match, there is a coach or manager sitting beside the ground, instructing the team members to plan accordingly to the game plan. So, I think planning is success. Meticulous planning is needed to be successful in a game or whatever aspect is in a professional space or in a personal space. So, we need to plan ahead, like as our TMOD said. Like we have to set a goal. To achieve a goal, we have to maybe break our goals into 3 months or a short or long term project. So planning is very much important. Definitely, we can take, and then comes motivation and also. So. I think we have so much exams in professional space also. Like in our daily, definitely we have to meet some target in our office also. So every month we have to sit before our TA had time into talent decision. So there is a target for us. So what's your plan? How you are going to achieve that? So. I think planning, definitely we have to put them a plan which they could, a tangible plan which could understand and how to come up with some strategies that I could achieve it on time also. Thank you.
All impromptu speeches are brilliant. Thank you and over to
Thank you, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Fatima. Now take probably 30 seconds to rearrange the chairs and be comfortable. And while you're doing that, give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Fatima and all our speakers, Toastmaster Jasira, Toastmaster Arabin, Toastmaster Abrar and Toastmaster Shari. Good job on Table Topics, everyone. Let me invite Toastmaster Deepak again to tell us how did the Table Topic speakers perform with respect to time.
We completed the table topics session in 12 minutes. So Toastmaster Safira,
Jasira,
sorry. Jasira completed her table topics speech in 1 minute and 41 seconds. Toastmaster Arvind completed his speech in 1 minute and 52 seconds. Toastmaster Abrar took 2 minutes and 4 seconds. And Toastmaster Sherry took 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Let's now move on. We'll probably spend less than 2 minutes on the next segment with respect to the topic. Now, we all at least know about lead and lag measures. We can definitely think and expand on it once we get back home, or if you need any support with respect to defining your goals, we can help. It's equally important to do certain things. After all, setting the goals is probably a good beginning, but what you do to achieve them is also equally important, right? Now, I said I finished my first work, or I exited my first pit stop around 12:30. I visited the next house, spent time with them, had quite a lot of discussions with them, had a quick lunch from there, and I left that place by around 1:45. And at that point in time, Toastmaster Vipin had made me a call and he asked, "Are you sure that you're going to still make it for the meeting?" I said yes. And he said one important thing. "Okay, your call, but drive safe." Now, friends, this is something which we forget in the whole scheme of things. When I introduced Toastmaster Fatima, I talked about your ability to achieve it and the kind of dedication that you put in achieving it. Now, what if I do all the planning right, but I do rash driving on the road? There is absolutely no point in I keeping the time, right? So the next section in your sheet, the last one on the first page, is all about what actions that you have to do to achieve those lead and lag measures. Now that you've identified activities in the form of lead and lag measures, let's take a minute to pen down what is that you will do to achieve those. I had a great example of what is that I shouldn't do when Toastmaster Arabin did the table topic speech. He said, "I want to be known in a certain way, and this particular habit is going to stand in my way, so I'm going to stop doing it." So to achieve a goal, you might have to start doing something, stop doing something. That is something that you write in your next section, which is about the activities that you do, the actions and behavioral changes. Say for example, if my action is to do walking every day morning, I have to make a behavioral shift from being a night person to a morning person. If my action is to write down few lines of journal every day, I will have to start writing, making that change as a behavior in me, and then start doing that activity. So you have your goals, the North Stars, you have your activities as lead and lag measures. What behavior of yours you will change, keep, or start doing as new. All right. Now it is time to tune into the most important part, according to me, with respect to Toastmasters, which is the evaluation session. We've got a person, I would say she's the most pragmatic person I've ever come across. If you have something, if it doesn't work, she'll say it will not work. If you have a goal, she'll say, yes, let's together achieve this goal. Put our hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Sajida Sebastian as the evaluator for the day.
Thank you, Table Master, my dear Toastmaster Dileep, and my dear friends. So today, Toastmaster Day. One more. Thank you, my dear leg pullers and my dear Toastmasters. Today we started with the acting sergeant talks, that's me, and made the whole energetic.
എന്നെ പുകഴ്ത്താൻ ഞാൻ തന്നെ
Yes, I have to praise my own because my leg pullers would not allow me to praise them. So I have to do that. Secondly, I would like to call all the evaluators to evaluate our speakers. First speaker was
distinguished Toastmaster Safir.
First speaker was our Saphirasis. The evaluators is the most prestigious man who is known as leg puller. His
You have to give the numbers. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sajida. My speaker was delivering a question answer session, practicing a question answer session. Distinguished Toastmaster Safir, it was well. You have set your time 5 minutes for speech and 10 minutes for question answer session. Both you managed well. This is one of the competencies that you need to achieve, is manage your time. That you've done very well. Your impromptu speaking skills were very much in effect when you were answering the questions. I could see the answers coming out fluently, without any hesitation. There was no, you were delivering it calmly, concisely, comfortably. That shows the confidence that you have in your subject. That's another good thing that you did, topic selection. The selection of a topic is always very important when you do this project. People have something to say about it or talk about it. There will be doubt. They have the doubts coming out of it. The questions automatically coming out of the topic when the topic is so general and touching all the audience, according to the audience. You did that job very well. I typically like one of the sessions like you prompted a question, like when you say that I was expecting a question from you which you have not asked. That's a good way of bringing the questions out from the people and give an open question to them. What do you think about it? Or what do you have? Or what? This was the question. What do you think about it? So that was not an yes or no question. It was just an open question, so people were able to speak out. That's one good thing. Then I saw when you're managing a difficult audience, so too many people are raising their hands. I saw you said, "Wait, I'll come back to India." That was a good way of doing it. So that question answer session handling was done very well organized way with managing time. Now let me suggest you a few suggestions for doing it in a better way. Well, the first thing is that I was not able to hear the first question which Toastmaster Vidya asked. I would have expected you to restate the question so that the entire audience will be listening to you and everybody will understand the question. Number two, it is always good after answering, check with the question, the person who asked, how I answered correctly. That would have been a better way of doing it. That could be corrected. Number 3, it was time for you to tell, or you could have set your timing to 2 minutes, last 2 minutes, and say that you can have one more last question. Then people will be knowing that I don't have any more questions, I have asked the last question. That is a better way of handling a question and answer session. Summary, you have said it. So in a nutshell, if I say that a wonderful topic selected with the people to know in line with the audience, and also you have delivered it, managed it well in time, and with impromptu speaking skills were all delivered well, and with prompting questions, etc. I love that. Now I have few suggestions that I have made. It will be better if you manage the next questions, like making sure that you answer it correctly and give a last questions time, and also the restating the question. I wish you all the very best. Next time I think you will do that.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Shadi Janardhan. I found my speaker, it's a different innovative subject. We can't even expect a speech like this with this subject. For me, it's really fantastic. Please give a round of applause to our successes and evaluators. Respected speakers was Soda for her evaluating our cat yoga instructor. Please welcome. With Toastmaster Brown.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
So, I was sitting there and listening to your whole, I shouldn't say story, it's a cinematic experience. I really felt that I was there with you when you tried to jump off the helicopter. You were actually taking each one of us through your emotions. That is very hard to do, and you have done very well. Great job on that. Your storytelling is exceptional, and there's no point of improvement on that. And I'm not here to dissect your storytelling, so I will take to the main part. You had hand gestures, I admit to that. You had gestures here, and you were telling something, and you had here, but are you sure you are intending it the right cause? Sometimes I personally felt that your story doesn't go hand in hand with your gestures. The story is going like this, and your hands is going this. This really toned down the effects of your great storytelling. Instead of diverting your hand gestures to the story, I would recommend to introduce hand gestures which complement your story. Next one is, I felt like you had an abrupt conclusion. I mean, you had a good conclusion, but the transition was really abrupt. So I suggest you to work on that. The last one is to have additional to what I mentioned before, that's the meaningful gestures. You told about, I remember the word heartbeat, right? You told about increasing the heartbeat. You made a gestures like just with your hands. You could have incorporate something like, I was having, you get the point, right? And also you are an accelerating experience of a free fall. So what does the free fall do? Usually we relate free fall with slow motion. So when you try to incorporate some slow motion elements to it, I think it would be great experience. Overall, in a nutshell, great storytelling, some work on your hand gestures and your intentions of your gestures. Rest all great. Great scope of work. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for the elaborative evaluation. I find that you are a good listener. You were into it, her speech, and you were listening like anything. But from my opinion, that when you were explaining about your skydiving, I was also about to dive into it,
Yeah, true.
jump, because she was that type of imaginary. We were also in that imaginary world. We were planning. We want to serve. We don't know how to die. I was thinking, how I will go. that type, the way you explained it, it was your expressions, your imaginations, your tension, everything you conveyed to the audience in a magnificent way. So it was fantastic. Enjoyed it. Thank you. Applause for all the speakers and the evaluator. The third speaker was Toastmaster Arafat, whose evaluator is Distinguished Toastmaster Jane Joseph.
General evaluator, Toastmasters, guest, and the speaker in particular. My speaker was attempting the project on communication styles. Let me tell you good things about your speech. It was a well-organized speech, scripted well. The title of the speech, that is, I am not the person I thought I was, that really created a lot of curiosity. And then, it was a different way of explaining the communication styles. And then you started with how you, your direct style, then you went to supportive style, you went to initiative style, and finally the analytical style. But whatever style you spoke about, you asked us questions, and that caused a lot of fun moments. They were bright moments. People were very happy. You were also enjoying. People were able to show both the hands, both the legs. they were so involved with it. The first thing when you said about the direct communication style, you talked about your wife said, I'm a silent guy and she's a funny guy. That itself, we all understood directly. And then he was saying about his relationship with customer, like how he started with, like he used to ask them to take decisions, trust yourself and take right decisions. And then later on, how he changed. Then he became analytical. He started then he was thinking he was not getting on the right track, and then he went into supportive and initiative. So the different styles, and he has become a different person. He was an introvert, now he has become an extrovert, trying to become an extrovert. So on the whole, the speech was scripted well, it was spoken well, he enjoyed talking to us, we also enjoyed listening to him. All that was good, but still I have a few suggestions. First thing is that I think you needed a bit more of preparation. Because at times you were running there to see what is the next point and you were coming. You could have avoided that. Second thing, you could have added dialogues for each type of conversation to make it more clear. Because there are new Toastmasters who do not know about this. So if we could have added some dialogues with your customer or with your wife, anything, it could have been more clear. So that you could have said, and time, that was horrible, it really overshot. That shows a little bit of more preparation you would have really done. But I love the language, I love the confidence in you, I love the way you prepared your speech and delivery. All the best to you.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Jane, for that wonderful evaluation. My view also, you are different today. You were serious all the time. Last few times when you presented the speech, you were very serious and really thinking, I'm doing like this. But this time, you expressed your thoughts in different manner. And I think Abhilasha's and Fatima's and Soda's different creative ideas also. You accept inspired with that creative ideas. Because when they presented the different communication styles, it was different. I just spoke about my communication style, that's all. But you changed a pattern and it was interesting and enjoyable. That was very good. And give a 10% applause to us if you are doing it. Next, I would like to welcome our accountant for the report. Accountant. Toastmaster Shri.
Thank you. Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. So it's not a day of harvest for Toastmaster because a tough day in office for me. I was listening keenly to all the speeches, all the evaluators, and who are in the podium, all the speakers speak. So I think everyone were doing very brilliantly or delivering the speeches very effectively without like filler words and short pauses or even with repeated phrase or words. So I will go through it. I'm just only mentioning those who made the filler words. For one speech, one prepared speech, one DTM, Safir assist only 1 hour, and I am not 2 times. Speaker 2, evaluator Abram, when he was delivering the objectives, 1 time. Speaker 2, Suwada, 2 times. Speaker 3, evaluator DTM Jane Josmam. Sorry, nothing sir. Speaker 3, Arafat, occasional pause in between. And just debug while giving out the timing support 1 time, and for table topics, Toastmaster Jasira 2-3 times. I asked them 2 times, and Abra 3 times. And while doing the evaluation, Abra 2 times, 2 times, and that's it. So that's what I'm saying. It's an affair for me.
Thank you, Shri, for that explanation of your report. Thank you. Next is our grammarian and wordmaster, Toastmaster Vidya.
Thank you. So I don't want to waste any time giving the report of this because there are so many good usages, too many good usages because I wish to go through everything. So, and there are very few bad usages, or maybe it's something that can be corrected. Let's start with Sajida, distinguished Toastmaster Sajida Sebastian. The good usage, fantastic, and the bad could be corrected. Evaluators are thus S will come with that. Toastmaster DTM Jasira Ashraf. Good usages, happy word, shed the inhibitions, build strong, deep, long lasting, etc. Meticulously, curb, take cue, etc. And no other bad usages. Toastmaster really will keep it for later because I don't want to miss out anyone. So the Toastmaster Dileep, good usage, well within. Bad usage, other people's time can be used as every person's time. And the guest Toastmaster. Toastmaster Aravind Chandrasekhar, don't lose stock in the business section. I thought it was good. You have Sherry, like dilute usage was used by them. Tangible plan, that was a good usage. Distinguished Toastmaster Safir Aziz, you have an acronym there for many happy returns of the day, MMHOR, etc. etc. You have the inanimate usage, misconstrue. I don't understand the meaning, at least you can look up for it. And iterations, corporate environment facets of the brain. Toastmaster Arafat, and of course, Safir, DTM Safir Aziz, I can see usage, how much emotions is transmitted, how much emotions are transmitted to be a better, clear communication. And you have that Toastmaster Arafat, I'm like a radio. That is a wonderful usage. Maybe you can use a similar words elsewhere. Again, you have Dileep here, you can keep it for later. So it was second. You have Toastmaster Mohammed Abrar, where he says 7-step strategy, 4-step strategy, all these things you can impress people with that. Cinematic experience, that's a wonderful expression. Dissect, tone down, swada, like skyscrapers, blissfully glamorous scenes, and unassuming aircraft, skylining meticulously, mindfulness, so many things. You check it later, please check the list. And you have the bad, something that can be corrected. Catch me as my mother's slap. Catch me
Like.
as if into my mother's lap. I think that would be a more attractive usage. Toastmaster Arafat, you have the alliteration where the same syllable is repeatedly used. There were few other cases also, maybe I have not mentioned it specifically. Fitness streak, FF is used. That is a good repeated usage of the syllable. So, and another is prove that, believe it or not, bizarre, pretentious, and you have the corrections made, my quality, I know my gut is wrong. So that usage, I know my gut is wrong, my gut feeling doesn't support, or something else can be used. Okay? Toastmaster Dileep is coming. Maybe I have 2-3 cases because he's the Toastmaster of the day. You should expect that big list. So I think Arvind Chandrasekhar has covered, Jane Hughes Madam, Safir Aziz I have covered, TMOD, Arafat, Swada. Let's come to Toastmaster Dileep. Did I cover everybody? Yes. Deepa, Bhasi, and Shiva. Okay. When we talk about TM Dileep, small words that were good, I'll say. Rest, I'll try to catch the good expressions. Passion, perseverance, live in present, learn from past, intrigued, pride and privilege with respect to standards, niche, recruitment, and something. And I feel lucky I could catch some few things also on the other side. Different Toastmasters was used. I think there could have been a better usage. I don't know what it is, but different Toastmasters is not to be used with a Toastmaster. I think it should be used with a thing, not a person. Maybe I need to check myself. I'm not knowledgeable enough to evaluate that aspect, but I think it could be better. Now the second piece of cake. Goal being smart, and then skeptical, constrained, etc., meticulously, walking encyclopedia, foods, lots of bread, absolutely done, simple and humble, aim to the yards, etc. And then again, I could catch the other side, take efforts, do all efforts, instead of that, take all efforts would have been used. So much of things, so it can be so many things, okay? And I think distinguished Toastmaster Shadi sir, it is all fine. The man and all is fine. Fatima, procrastination is something, a good word that has been used, and like some improvement. One of the most exciting. Okay. And TM Arafat, I think I mentioned. Swada, Mohammed Abrar mentioned. Yes. I think I have covered almost all the important usages and everything, and of course coming to the usage of lie. Yeah, coming to the usage of lie. Very few, we were having a blindly experience, but very few usages. One is by distinguished Toastmaster Jasira, and Toastmaster Dileep, and I guess I used it once, and Toastmaster Swadha, I'm not sure, I thought you used it once. So, and distinguished Toastmaster Jainman, because I thought I heard the word. Okay, you're lucky enough I have counted it. And what usage which I use now, it is a 6 usage. So, I think in this atmosphere, we should have used it.
Yes.
So, happy in the
Thank you, Toastmaster Cynthia, for that elaborate report or grammar. Thank you. And next is our timers report. Please welcome Toastmaster Dileep.
So we had our evaluations. Distinguished Toastmaster Shaji Janardhan took 4 minutes for his evaluation. Toastmaster Abrar took 3 minutes. Distinguished Toastmaster Jain Ma'am took 2 minutes and 40 minutes. And Toastmaster Vidya, she spoke for 6 minutes. Thank you.
Meeting started.
That he already told. 6:50 first.
6:50 we started.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. And next, the meeting in Fort. Toastmaster, table topic master Fatima. As usual, she innovated a different method of doing table topic. It was wonderful. We enjoyed a lot, actually. This is the first time I am seeing a table topic by musical chair. I won because I didn't get it.
And we won because you didn't speak.
We want to speak.
I escaped from the speech. Desira was thought that she escaped from the this. But it's a different way. But that was a good thing. I was a sergeant at arms and I could do anything. Like you made us doing many things, yoga, mathematics. We are enjoying that, Fatima. Next is our president. She started with the introvert and extrovert. I think many lined up with her speech. When he mentioned that introverts, I think Arafat also mentioned about this. People are many times. I am extrovert, but unknown people's, if I am in the middle of unknown people, I won't speak. that side also there. Abroad.
Ambivert.
Because that is also there after joining Toastmaster and slightly changed, but still there is a starting trouble there. But that version, that speech was also very good. It's a different version of a presidential address. And a secretary's report read by Toastmaster Dileep, and we could know what's happened last year.
Last
meeting, because our secretary Abhilash is doing meticulously all these secretaries who have access. And our the TAP team also presented well, and the evaluators, speakers. And next is our table Toastmaster of the day. He, when he started the questionnaire thing, I thought, oh, this is the most irritating thing. I have to write as a homemaker. I don't have a goal to set. I don't have a goal to go. But I wrote something that I don't know. It will be a dream. And the second, my dream is like yours. Want to slim. I'm getting to the large size.
Now we have the strategy to achieve.
I I will do it. We will do it. Dileep.
On record.
Maybe one day, once.
Yes.
Once upon a time, I would. One day I will. Anyway, next month I am going to the dietitian and
You also will become
I will go.
Done.
Yes. Yes. And that is goal set. It will make us think what is our goal and how to achieve it and what can we do in our personal life and how can we go into it and we can think about it. It's a good thing we can do in a different style. It's also interesting. And overall, it was a fantastic meeting. All enjoyed. Not only a serious dragging meeting. Nowadays we are enjoying also. It's not so rough and tough meeting. We are enjoying. At the same time, we are learning too. So that is interesting, and all the Toastmasters trying to do everything, every role innovative. That is also very good. When we think of meeting, it makes us move forward. We want to attend the meeting because it's not dragging, it's not boring, it's lively. Each and everything. That's why our division director always comes to our meeting. So that's all from me. And
Thank you, District Toastmaster Sajida Sebastian. In her own words, let's give her a thunderous round of applause. Friends, we are towards the fag end of this meeting and we don't want to hold you for more than 5 minutes now. So I have two things to announce with respect to this meeting. One, of course, is the conclusion of the topic. But before that, please go to your phones and then pick up that voting link that I have sent you. Please vote for the best role holders and the speakers and the evaluators. Let's take the next 30 seconds to do that. And as you do that, let me also come to the conclusion of what I've been talking about. We talked about the goal, reach from X to Y in Z days time. We talked about lag measures and lead measures. Lags are basically things which you can measure only after the occurrence of it, which are like long-term things. It is always important to have lead measures which are your in-between pit stops and measurements. We also talked about the behavioral changes that you have to do, some new things that you have to start doing, some old things that you have to stop doing, and some of the existing things you have to continue doing to achieve those goals. One thing that many of us largely forget during this is, what is the risk that can come between me and this goal to stop me from achieving that particular goal? Now, with all the behavioral changes happening, with all the things that going as per the plan, there could be external factors. Say, for example, I'm sure people who had invested money onto something in the food industry, we know that what could have gone wrong during the COVID time. We never ever had even the smallest of expectation that something that could happen, right? So think about those things. If you've written a very professional goal there in the sheet, think about what risks can come up, and if at all that risk occurs, what is your plan B? What is your immediate mitigation plan to get over that risk? Now, for want of time, I will not request you to write it down, but think through it. You've set one goal for your professional side, you've got one goal for your personal side. What is that has a potential to go wrong in this whole scheme of things? If it goes wrong, how are you going to adjust to it? How are you going to still ensure that you come back on time? Now, to talk a little bit about that day, I already said that somebody wanted me to drive safe. Now, because I got that input from him, my mind was conditioned to ensure that I don't overspeed. At the same time, I don't do rash driving. With all this, I had a near miss in the entire day. Somewhere between Muttam and Kalamasheri metro stations, I was in the euphoria that okay, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make this on time, and I was in my full speed. A car ahead of me screeched to a halt, and then I had to bring my car to a halt. Now, everything that had happened through the day flashed through my mind, and I almost expected a bang on the rear side of my car. I heard a noise, and you won't believe me. For a moment, I closed my eyes and looked at the rear view mirror. What I saw was a tempo traveler was trying hard to brake himself. Something of that vehicle had broken in the whole process. Thankfully, it was not on me, but probably I had caused damage to somebody else in this whole trying to attain my goal thing. Now, when you plan a risk, think about what risk can happen to you and the people around you in the process of you achieving that particular goal. That's all about a quick download on goal settings that we started today evening by 6:50. 2 hours down the line, I think we've got a better understanding of what goals are. Before I conclude, I have one person whom I would like to thank. It was at the flash of a moment I asked him to take up the timer role. Big thank you to Toastmaster Deepak Basu. And a big thank you to all the speakers, all the role players, all the evaluators. With that, I pass on the baton back to our president.
It was a very, very less effective meeting. Toastmaster Dileep did a great job at goal setting and how we should not risk others like by getting on to our achieving our goals. It was a great lesson, lot of learning from this goal setting session today. This is a wonderful meeting about goal setting, voice of text, different communication styles, then gags and yoga, jumping from play. Last but not the least, we came to understand that there are many leg pullers in our club and a lot of pledge also taken today that they will completely slim down. Great meeting today. Thank you very much for joining, and before concluding the meeting, I would like to get the feedback of our guests today. You be kind enough to tell us about the meeting you have attended today.
Yeah, actually it was a very wonderful session. I enjoyed a lot. Yeah, actually I was trying to come to attend Toastmasters for a long time. So one of my friend, Mr. Daniel, you know the Toastmaster introduced over here in Kerala actually. Mr. Daniel is an old guy. So he is my friend actually. So he introduced me this thing actually long back. Tried to come many times, but unfortunately I could not come. And this is a wonderful section actually. One time, maybe 2 years, 3 years back, one section I attended, then I could not continue. But it was really very bad. No, it is not good actually. Thank you.
Hope to see you again. Hope to see you again.
Yes, sure.
Thank you so much. And with that,
Announcement awards.
awards please.
Okay, I'll take over. Okay. So, 2 announcements before we go to the awards. We don't have a regular meeting on next Monday because of Onam. Everybody is taking the Onam break. So, on behalf of the Exicom and on behalf of all the members of Advanced Toastmasters of Kerala, happy Onam to everyone. We will meet on the week after that, which is 16 plus 7, 23, 23rd, right? Yeah, we'll meet on 23rd. Now, our club contest is slated for October 7th, Monday. Club contest, I repeat, is on October 7th, Monday. It's a table topics and evaluation contest. No restrictions in terms of level completion. All you have to be is a paid member. So please ensure that you give the names to our VP Education Toastmaster Sibin and ensure that you participate. It's a whole different experience. Let us guarantee you that. Now, in order to remain qualified for the club contest, we also need to ensure that our dues are paid to Toastmasters International. It is that time of the month where the treasurer comes begging in front of you for the membership renewals. So please complete that before I would say 25th of September, because we still get 3-4 days to do the, do the entries with Toastmasters International. 30th is the last day, but do complete it sufficiently ahead, at least by 25th, so that we've got all the dues collected. Information regarding payment is already there in the WhatsApp group. So those are the 3 announcements. Holiday next week, club contest on October 7th, and renewals to be done before the 25th of this month, please. With that, I would invite the president to distribute the winners' trophies. The best evaluator for today. Somebody questioned the questionnaire. Distinguished Toastmaster Shaji Janab. Okay, let our VPPR be ready with the photograph. Give him a moment. All right, I will reduce the surprises. The main role holder is me, so you can give me the award. Thank you. ഇല്ല, ഞാൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. Thank you. The best support role holder, somebody who came up with a very meticulous report, Toastmaster Vidya. The best speaker, I think they are taking the award as a pair. Distinguished Toastmaster Safir Aziz.
Both of you also did well.
Yeah. And last but not the least, the best table topic speaker. Any guesses? Cat yoga. Toastmaster Abrar.
So with that, we have come to the end of the beautiful meeting today.